Why do the Niners have to stick with Trey Lance next year?
They don't.
They do.
What? But Zach Wilson's gone immediately?
It's different.
Trey Lance has played in a half of football except for his rookie year.
I'm going to tell you exactly.
But that's not good, though. I know it's not his fault that he's
sitting
hurt.
behind Jimmy G and then broke his ankle.
But like year 3, he's going to have to get an option on him and very soon.
That's why they have
and
to
you're
play
throwing him into the I know, but they don't have a time to play him.
Next year.
Is the roster getting younger?
No,
are they
but they'll still be good.
Are they going to start paying more guys?
They committed to it this year too.
He's still going to be in a rookie deal. So
they committed to it, and then they saw what has been.
He broke his ankle.
I'm just saying.
Afterwards, you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying afterwards. Like you saw what it is. Like
I honestly think
end of the stick.
The only thing that comes from that is I think Jimmy G actually gets a pretty good deal next year from another team. If I'm being honest.
Do they let him out of San Francisco?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
You have to.
He would have been gone already if they could have found a good trade partner.
Right.
Just saying.
And it's not even so much because I'm not saying this to defend Trey Lance and his play and I think he's going to be good. It's because of how much they invested in him already. They have to know what they have in him and they will never know that unless they play him.
But that's the thing though. Like you play him and he doesn't do well, and then it's
you
like the team.
That.
But what if he does do well?
And the team looks at it like, bro, the defense. You tell me if he comes out and doesn't do great things.
Why would he not?
Listen.
Why would he not?
Because he has less than 1,000 snaps at quarterback in his life.
Yeah, but
you're asking him to come into the NFL and just start lighting shit up. Not
asking Brock Purdy to do that, and he can do it.
Brock Purdy played for 4 years at Iowa State and built that program basically by himself.
Okay,
stop.
But they are not the same situation.
But you guys are missing the point to that exact
it's
comment.
It's a worse situation for Lance.
To that exact comment. Trey Lance needs to play to see if he's going to be good or not because of the lack of snaps. The reason why Brock Purdy was able to step in and actually do really well is because he has 4 years of experience. Trey Lance doesn't have that, so they need to play him to figure out what he's going to get.
It's time. It's time because they have no time.
On this for a sec because I'm going to say this is my thing is if they go into the offseason this year, they spend the whole because the camp is going to. This is how I look at it. If I am John Lynch, I'm looking at it like this. Kyle, you have the whole offseason. Tell me who's the better quarterback, right? There's no two ways about it. You look at them as if they were drafted the same fucking round. Tell me who's the better quarterback. If Brock's the guy and Trey's not, I'm saying, dude, just look at Brock as our first round pick last year. Look at Trey as our 2 years ago and look at Brock's 7th this year. Because here's the reality situation. Like I said, they're both on rookie contracts regardless. If Brock's playing better, I'm starting him. Something happens to him, cool, I got Trey. But the reality is, like to Tyler's point, I'm big on the fact that the Niners are very much in like win now mode now. I don't think there's no like, well, we'll just kind of like fuck around for 2 years. And like, if Trey's good, like, we'll just build around him. But if not, like, there's like, it's just like, everyone's going to be like, Nick Bosa's going to have to get the bag. Like, Dre Greenlaw, bag him up. Like, all you guys are going to need bags. Like, it's going to be a different team by like so I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time I think it's very much like that's the thing with Jimmy getting hurt that sucks.
They don't look at it like that.
Jimmy
though.
was the guy where you look at him and you're like, yeah, he can for sure lead us to at least the
they have to.
Okay.
No NFL team looks at it like that.
If they're in win now mode, yes, they look at that.
You keep saying win now mode. You keep saying win now mode. Why does Trey Lance make it not win now mode? That offense is pretty damn simple when you've got CMC, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel. It's pretty damn simple. I'm pretty sure if Brock Purdy can come in and do it very well, Trey Lance can come in and do it very well. He can win games. And not only that, his legs are going to be such a factor for that offense. They went out and got him because of that added element that they have never had yet. You add that element and they're only going to be better. It's not win now mode, see if Trey Lance is good. He doesn't have to be that good. We said this before. He doesn't have to be amazing. He could be pretty mediocre, and they'd still win 10 games.
It's the perception of the team that I think is way different. I've never seen like them come out and like grip Trey Lance like that. But when Jimmy G came back in, you could tell there was life in that locker room. And now with Brock,
because he led them to a win like that the first 6 years back.
No, bro, they've had the continuity with Jimmy G. And
because he was there for 3 years. You expect them not to have continuity?
And they're talking about with Brock, big balls and shit. Like George Kittle was like, yeah, this guy's got massive balls of steel.
I agree with that.
Fred Warner, that kid's got the it factor. Trey Williams, oh, this guy's it. Oh, that's it. I've never seen them say that about Trey Lance.
Because he's never. I agree. No, but okay, so you guys aren't looking at it. And Dobbs, to your point too, when he said just flip the picks and have Brock Purdy drafted in the first and then Trey Lance drafted in the seventh. No NFL team will do that. It's just the reality. Like, they live and die by their decisions. And that might be the downfall to John Lynch, like we've discussed plenty of times before. I cannot see
the Patriots did it. The Patriots did it without fucking hesitating. And look at how the 15 years went.
I agree.
More teams should do it.
I agree.
That's so different.
No team does.
That's so different, though.
But
that was
it's
the
so
NFL
no team
20
does
years
it.
ago.
But to Dylan's point, no one fucking does it. And here's the thing. Let's say that Brock Purdy is the guy right now, and you make him sit for 2 years, and then you're like, well, Brock, we decided you're the guy. But those 2 years you could have been developing, we just fucking threw you on the bench, and we totally halted your development. Like, so I agree with you guys. Don't get me wrong. I completely agree that Brock is probably not to Trey the guy. Mm-hmm. But if you look at him all off season, and he is objectively the guy, and Trey is not. To Tyler's point, I don't think you can fuck over the team and be like, well, we invested so much in him and we want him to be the good one. So you guys are just going to not be good this year because he's the guy we invested in. So we want to win with him. Like, I don't think, to Tyler's point, that goes over well in the locker room.
To Connor's point, though, too, it's like we don't know that they're objectively going to be bad.
They could be better.
That's why I said I probably am wrong.
They don't have the time.
Dude, they don't need much.
They don't have the time for Trey to be a Super Bowl winner within a year,
He
bro.
doesn't need to be amazing. Is Jimmy G amazing?
No, he's not.
Trey Lance doesn't have to be amazing. He doesn't.
Do you not understand? This guy, I'm not kidding you, has played less than 1,000 snaps of football.
That's why he needs to play.
He's had 2 years. He's had 2 years to sit next to Kyle Shanahan and learn how to run a freaking offense. I'm sure as hell he can do it. I'm so confident that Trey Lance can do it.
My brain is actually hurting. Like, bro,
this
guy doesn't play quarterback. He hasn't played quarterback his whole life.
So then why don't you give him the opportunity to do so?
Yeah, why just throw him away?
The team. It is the team.
You ain't in the locker room. Don't tell me that,
bro.
Exactly. He doesn't know. It's all speculation.
I think you're just quick to write off Trey because you don't think he's good, and that's fair. He hasn't looked good in the games that he's played and stuff. But to your point too, he's played 1,000 snaps in his life. He's played 2 games his rookie year, and he played a half in his first year as what would have been a starter. Why do you write him off?
No, we got them. I just thought we got him. Because it's the reality. We already did this with someone this year who has just as much potential. Zach Wilson's not the guy. We objectively said Zach's not the fucking guy, and we have someone who's playing better.
He's had 2 years.
You've given Zach Wilson 17 games to play. Trey Lance has 0.
He's literally.
Those are not two of the same situations. They're not the same situations.
Because the kid still's not developing. Like, I agree.
It is very.
They're not the same situation.
It's not a Trey.
Not at all.
Is Trey developing right now? No.
Because he broke his ankle.
Yes. That sucks. That really does suck that he broke his ankle, but he's not learning right now.
So you're telling me, no,
what are we doing here, bro? They do not have the time for this, bro.
No. They were willing to take the time this year. What changes next year?
Yeah, what changed?
Oh, maybe just a broken ankle?
No,
that's weird. A crazy injury.
Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch were ready to trade off Jimmy G. They weren't able to trade him, so they brought him back, and they were ready to start Trey Lance almost this entire year, barring he really played that badly. And then they were going to put Jimmy in. Why does that change next year?
Let me try hypothetical. If they go to the NFC Championship with Brock Purdy, lose a close game, go to the Super Bowl and lose. There's just not a chance. You can tell me from a Niners fan that that's the right decision.
Hear me out.
Fuck yourself. Literally, I'd be like, we're doing the same thing again.
Okay, but listen, you guys are missing out on another key fact here. Why did they go and get Trey Lance? To open up the offense more and maybe be that difference maker. They went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. What the fuck does Brock Purdy change there? If they get there, he's the equivalent of Jimmy G. They need a quarterback. Exactly. And they won't know that they have that guy unless they play Trey Lance. And Brock Purdy, I think is he played really well.
I'm just gonna say it because I've never said it, but it's true. Here's the reality. I think actually, I'm gonna say what Chris Collinsworth said recently. I think the reality of the situation is actually, someone else. I don't even know if it was Chris. It was someone who was on the broadcast though. He was like, I think the reality is Jimmy G low-key just gets like shitted on for like he's not like amazing or anything. But when it matters, Jimmy G plays good. That's a big difference. A lot of quarterbacks play good when it doesn't matter. Jimmy G played good when it matters pretty consistently. Like, yeah, he didn't win it, but like going against like my point is he played good. Like, so that's just where I stand at it. Like, yeah, it's easy to be like, well, if the Niners had, but are those guys gonna play good when it matters?
Can I say something?
That's what it comes down to.
Can I say something also?
Hey,
how bad was Josh Allen his first year? He wasn't good.
Atrocious. I was literally so
why are we not going to give Trey Lance a year to see that?
It's going to be 3 years.
60% chance I'm wrong.
But it's not even a full year of gameplay.
I understand, but it's wasting 3 years on this kid already. Like, they don't have...
They haven't wasted any years on it because he hasn't played.
They have to pay him if they want him to be the guy, and I bet you they don't pay him, regardless of what he does.
They won't know unless they play him.
Dylan.
They're
There's
either gonna be
other
100%
quarterbacks.
right or we're gonna be 100% wrong.
so
There's no
why-
between.
Why are you so quick to write off Trey Lance?
Because
no. Listen to me. When several NFL quarterbacks have had to prove that they need more than 3 games to be good in the NFL.
Listen.
Why is that? Why is Trey Lance just getting kicked to the curb?
You've never heard anything of Trey Lance being spectacular. There's that one clip of him throwing a crazy ball like in camp. And I'm going off of those things because that's all we could go off right now. And I've heard like nothing remotely close to him being like elite. I heard Brock Purdy was doing well in camp over him, over that guy that you're talking about. Enough. Like, what is going on? They don't have the time to waste for this kid to
You didn't answer my question.
But here's a hypothetical. Hey, Trey Lance, big game coming up against the Bills, let's say. Hey, it's like your 5th game of your career. Hey, go win it. And guess what? Those are the teams that he's going to need to beat. Like he's
going to have more than 3 starts in that game.
Guess what? He'll have CMC, George Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk to help him. He ain't got to put the whole team on his back.
What if Josh
has the
Allen?
best
What if
weapons
Josh
in the
Allen
league.
got kicked to the curb for someone else after his first year? What if Drew Brees never went to the Saints and got another chance? You don't know unless you give these guys a fair chance to play.
I'm prefacing like we're on the probable losing side. Like I'd say it's like a 40-60 chance, but we're just simply presenting that the truth is though that what we're saying, if we're right, people are going to say in like 2 or 3 years. So we're just laying out. We're just laying out the potential. Like what Niners fans are going to go back and say if the, you know what I'm saying. Like I agree that Trey is more likely the guy than Brock. I mean, because the pedigree speaks for itself. But it's just the chance of if this is a reality,